Hey guys, Bipolar Barbie here, and I'm just going to play for you an old video that I did about borderline personality disorder, reflecting on the relationship that I had with a really sweet guy who would have kind of been perfect, but I think, in a way, borderlines kind of get bored with someone who does love you, but at the same time, I think I needed him for a short period of time to get my confidence back up in myself. So I think everyone comes into your life for a reason. They teach you some valuable lessons, and I just wanted to share some of the lessons that I've learned with you. That kind of happened with my narcissistic ex was, the baby really did become an issue. Like over time, because I think one of the greatest forms of rejection that I think I have ever experienced was the fact that he wouldn't let me see his child. Like, I wanted to get involved. I was getting like baby clothes from him, for him. I was like going to all my friends with kids. I was getting like all of this stuff for him. I was trying to be super supportive. I was getting these like male baby books. Like, I really wanted to be there for him. And I was just, I don't know, I just really wanted to be a part of it. And at first he was like, yeah, I really want you to be a part of it. And I don't even know why, but he just started lying to me. He started saying, oh, the first time I see my kid, I just really want it to be like just me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that, And then I would kind of find out that everyone else got to meet his child. That there were like other girls in his life that got to meet his child. And I just that made me really upset. Not to mention the fact that he was lying to me about it constantly, every single time, his baby came up to visit. He'd tell me that he was going away with the boys and just being really secretive about it. And I think that's because he knew I'd get really upset. And I mean, seriously, rightly so. So that was just really frustrating to me. And I was always like, he lived around the corner from my best friend, and I was always rocking up at her house at like 11 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, sleeping on the veranda. She'd wake up in the middle of the night and find me on the couch on her front porch, and she'd let me in and, put me on the couch, and I'd just be there for days, and I was so distraught. And I think she just finally said to me one day, he's like a whirlwind in your life. Like, it's no surprise that your life is so unstable right now because you're trying to get your shit together, and he just keeps tearing it down. He just comes through and he just destroys everything, and all of a sudden you're a mess again, and you are constantly picking yourself back up and dealing with the fallout from the mess that he keeps creating for you. And I think that really resonated with me. By the end of it, everyone was really against me being in a relationship with him. It was so much drama. And looking back, it was just really clear that he didn't give a shit about me. And I think, why did I stay? I have no idea. That's where this really borderline pull really came in. I'd try and break up with him and be like, I hate you, I don't want you in my life. And then he'd be like, I don't want you either in my life. Then all of a sudden I'm begging for him to take me back because it's like, no, you can't reject me. Just the story of a borderline life. And I had nearly everyone in my life just telling me to leave him. That they were, people even said to me that they were sick of hearing about it. If I wasn't going to do anything about it, then I just needed to deal with it. They didn't want to listen to me whinge about it anymore. But I just kept persisting. I think I just needed to prove my worth. I didn't understand why he couldn't see my worth anymore. And as a borderline, I had to prove to him that I was worthy. I had to make him see my worth. And that just really put me in this completely vulnerable position. And one really valuable lesson that I learned out of that particular experience was that in blaming him for my pain, the things that he was doing were really causing severe pain. But in blaming him and naming him as the responsible one for my pain that I was feeling, I was basically giving him all the power over me. I would be begging him to stop hurting me. Why are you hurting me? Stop hurting me, please. Why are you doing this to me? And I think at the end of the day, I was the one to blame. Not in the way that he was telling me I was to blame, but because I let myself be abused. I really did. I stayed, and if I had sort of blamed myself and come to the realization that I'm being abused because I'm staying here, I'm actually letting him abuse me because I'm staying in this really crappy situation, this really abusive relationship. And I think if I had done that at the time, it really would have empowered me to make my own change. Because I think at the time, all I really saw was that he was the only one with the power to change anything, to take away my pain. And you know what? I could have easily taken away my pain. I could have easily walked away. But I think as a borderline, even that probably wouldn't have taken away your pain, because the pain is so inner and internal. The pain really comes from the fact that a significant other is meant to love you unconditionally, and they can't. There are conditions on their love, and that just sort of confirms this inner belief of what you've been told, that you are worthless, that you don't have any value. And if you can just be discarded like that by someone, you know, that is really devastating. And I think I was just completely broken after that. I really was. Thank you guys for watching this video. I would love to know your thoughts on it, and you know, comment down below. Feel free to share this video around, because you know, if you think that more people need to see it, please make sure that you give me a thumbs up. That would be really, really awesome. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do it for more awesome videos.